Good afternoon. Welcome back. It is Tuesday, January 10th, 2023, as we move forward in our birthday series. And we've got 5 to celebrate today, as well as a notable NASCAR race. So, that notable NASCAR race happened in 1971. Ray Elder won his first Cup Series race at Riverside, but that was also the first race NASCAR raced under the Winston banner. So that happened on this date in 1971. We're going to start off with our drivers from the IndyCar world. Got a couple cards here born on this date in 1921, would be 102 years old if he was alive today. Rodger Ward. As you see, we have this all-world racing card. We have the English and the French version. So we'll turn these backs around here, and you can see that there is a difference. Obviously, you've seen a little bit of wording on the front, but you have the English with his 500 results and the French with his 500 results. So Rodger Ward, two-time Indianapolis 500 winner. Up next, a driver that started in Formula One, made his way to IndyCar, born on this date in 1958, Eddie Cheever. So he was driving for Target Chip Ganassi here, one of the first drivers that Chip had. And again, we have an English card and a French card. I believe this is the French one. That it is, with his 1991 race results. This one I've got turned around. I've got all these turned around. Got Eddie Cheever there on the front row for the 92 Indy 500 with Roberto Guerrero and Mario Andretti. Who else do we have? Well, we'll just turn this back around. 90 Indy 500 Rookie of the Year there, Eddie Cheever with Chip Ganassi in the background. Very cool picture. There's that Scotch Target ride with all sorts of vendor sponsors like Rayovac, Peak, Diet Pepsi, etc. And this card definitely screams early 90s with that flashy lettering and so forth. Kind of a cool little set. Cheever at the Brickyard. So that is Eddie Cheever. Of course, he did run for, I believe it was the US F&G Arrows team in the mid-80s in Formula One. And I want to say he may have ran for Benetton as well. But I may be thinking of another driver. Born on this day in 1953, 1986 Indy 500 winner Bobby Rahal. We just celebrated Graham, his son's birthday, the other day. So we got a few Bobby Rahal cards to go through. And these ones from the A&S series are really super cool. They're very, very thin stock, but they're great to have autographed. And I like the fact on the back that it has really in-depth stats there as far as each race results. If you look at the bottoms here, WIBC is a local radio station here in Indiana. Of course, you got Burger King and Pepsi. At one time, these cards were distributed by Hardee's. There's a special series that has a scratch off at the bottom where you could get certain food items for free. I think we've showed those before. 1986 and 87 PPG champion Bobby Rahal, another all-world racing card here. Victory Circle, this was the 86 Indy 500, and if you look right there, the guy with the white hat right here has a towel around his neck. That is Jim Truman, who's owner of Bobby's car that he won the 500 and those 2 titles with. Jim was basically in the last days of his life here. I believe he passed away about 10 days after this win. Jim also, a lot of people don't know this, Jim Truman is the maternal grandfather of Austin Cindric. So again, Austin's got a lot of IndyCar ties. His dad, Tim Cindric, of course, high up in Penske. Here is the finish of that race. This is actually the restart with 2 to go. Kevin Cogan was leading. Rahal kind of jumped him on the start and just pulled away. And at the time, the last lap of the 1986 Indy 500 was the fastest last lap ever ran. Don't know if that still sticks. Probably not. There he is driving. I believe that's his own team. Let's see if it gives us any information. Rahal Hogan Racing. And I don't know why I have a Stan Fox card just randomly, probably just stuck to the back of it. Bobby Rahal again, and this is the that all-world racing set. So again, we have an English and a French one. And this is when he was driving for Gallus Craco. So there's the French. No, there's English. I can't even read English, guys. Help me out here. And there's the French. Now we move to NASCAR. Born on this date in 1959. So he's one day younger than yesterday's birthday boy, Mark Martin. We have Larry McReynolds, America's crew chief. And I tried to pick out some cards here that kind of covered most of his Cup career. Of course, he did have a brief stint over with, well, this is Kenny Bernstein's team here in 91 Max. This team was the Bobby Hawkins team that you've seen David Pearson, Morgan Shepherd, and some other drivers drive for in the mid-'80s. Kenny Bernstein bought it from Bobby Hawkins, changed the number 26. Brock Quaker stayed on board. So there you have that. Larry was there till 91. Then he hopped over to be Davey Allison's crew chief. And you can always tell the different eras of the Texaco uniform. I kind of call this like a checkerboard with the black and the red and the yellow kind of laid out in that rectangular fashion where they all kind of meet there in the center. Bit of 92 Black Max. 93 Max, where he's the crew chief of the year getting his award. I believe I've got this card signed. Then later on, when he was with Dale Jarrett and Ernie Irvin and those guys, you have the Slope Texaco look. This is 96 VIP. Then we have a 96 Upper Deck, perhaps, or 90. No, this is 95 SP. I'm sorry. So 95 SP. We have a 97 Night Quest. Nice looking card there. I like the car in the background. We have a Ultra Update from 97 when he became Earnhardt's crew chief. And there is a 98 Press Pass. I'm sorry, 99. That's hard to see. Maybe it is 98. I don't know. But he won the 98 Daytona 500 with Earnhardt. Then we have 99 Press Pass Stealth. So he was rounding out his Cup Series career with Mike Skinner. And the Lowe's team, of course, his last race would have been in 2000 at Atlanta, I believe was the last race. Then he moved on to Fox, where he's become, of course, known as America's crew chief, and he does a few shows on Fox, kind of helps out here and there. And our final birthday, can't forget this guy, born in 1940. Obviously, I talk about him some as one of my favorites, so actually my all-time favorite. But we're going to go with Harry Gant. I got 11 cards here that I pulled out of my box. These just happen to be the ones that I've got sleeved and top-loaded. So this is a Wheels card. I believe this is a prototype. And this card, I think, was in these little cases that came with these little knives. The Series 1 winner, 94 tracks, I believe. Of course, this is his Busch Series uniform, Mannheim Auctions. 1994 tracks. We have a more recent card here, Torque. Race Kings. Kind of funny that Torque has Race Kings and then they throw them in Donruss. 2016 Panini Torque. Very nice. And I don't get Panini. I seriously don't. Nope, maybe it's not Panini. I was thinking of this card here. It's coming up. Because this looks very similar. That picture looks very similar to this one on 96 Upper Deck, which has the skull blurred out of the hat. So 96 Upper Deck Racing Legends. We have a 94 Press Pass Cup Chase. And these Cup Chases were really, really hard to see because they just had that little stamp there, and if you didn't hold it just right, you would miss it. So I'd be going through cards and find oh wow, I got a Cup Chase here. Got a 90 Max. This is his second year card. Of course, his rookie is in the 89 Max. We have a camo Prism from 2018. Couple more cards to go. The Bandits Last Ride, Finish Line Racing from 1994. I guess we got 3 more to go. NASCAR Classics. Yeah, Classics from 2021 Donruss. Then we have this one, which is an exchange card. course, I probably got this long after the expiration date, but just kept it. And then we have our 2022 81 throwback Donruss Carolina Blue Wave Optic, and it's one that's almost perfectly centered, so I'm happy for that. So a lot of nice cards here. So happy birthday to Rodger Ward, Bobby Rahal, Eddie Cheever, Larry McReynolds, Harry Gant. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you continue to enjoy this series. I think it's fun. Like I said, it allows me to get into my cards. Kind of, encourages me to organize a little bit more, get in there, root and gouge in my boxes, and see what's underneath all these boxes, and just layers and layers of stuff. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Thanks for watching, and come back and see us tomorrow. Have a great day.